Alright guys, Brian back from the PT channel here to talk about some Walking Dead Season 6 Episode 15 entitled East. Some potential spoilers that may or may not occur. They're all over the place online. Some preview, some promo discussion. Let's talk about it a little bit. So basically the promos online continue with the note that Tobin was given by Carol. Carol was saying that I want to get the fuck out of here. I can't do this anymore. I can't kill for you guys. There's always going to be someone to take your shit, and I can't keep up with that. So she left. And is that going to be okay with the group? Now, Rick and Tobin are walking to the front gate. You see the trucks there and the vehicles there. They get to the gate and they say, no one else leaves. So the only person that left that we saw was Daryl. Daryl got on his motorcycle, so I would say that he did that on his own. A hasty decision to go after that too. Did he find out about Carol leaving and he's going to go after her? Or is Dwight kind of a pain in his ass a little bit, so he's still going with that? I'm going to go with Dwight most likely because he's got to finish that shit. So you got Glenn, Maggie, and Michonne. They're talking about setting up bins or this or whatever. And he said, where the fuck's Daryl going? So they go out. You got Rosita and Glenn there with the truck. They go out looking for it to go after Daryl because he's on his own, and that's really not a safe place to be. Rosita is rumored to die, but I don't think that'll happen. That's just a spoiler online, so I don't know if that'll happen or not. We will see. The bike Michonne finds. Daryl clearly hides it so he doesn't get tracked, but Michonne finds it, so they're on the trail for Daryl. They go out with that. So like I said, you got Glenn talking to Rosita. Now, you don't really said Rosita is rumored to die, may or may not occur. We don't know. Potential spoilers, potential. Daryl is going after Dwight, I would think, here, or he's got a track or a trace of Carol, possibly. So we'll see how that goes. Sasha on the watchtower or the lookout point or whatever you want to call it. Sharpshooter out there looking out. That's her role now, evidently. You see a little bit of Carl here with the gun. He hasn't really picked up a gun or been around it probably since he got shot in the face. The spoilers online say that Glenn and Michonne are captured by the Saviors. Something has to happen because Negan's coming in one episode. So you got Rosita going to be on point there. You see that at the end of the episode last week. So we'll see what happens with her and Glenn. This was the end of the episode as well, where they're piling up the cars. You see the truck in the very beginning of the line. That's is in the picture with Rosita and Glenn. That's the same truck. So they go out and take that to go there. Are they lining up for something? Are they putting it somewhere? Who knows? That's the swing that Carol left. There, it seems to be Tobin's house, whatever. This whole scene here was the end of the last episode. Was kind of a big deal with Carol. If you look at her too, she looks so depressed and broken down or whatever after Denise got killed. She probably couldn't take it anymore. That was the last thing that she really wanted to deal with. So is she planning something? Where's she going to go? What is she going to do? Is she going to go to the Saviors or whatever? This is an interesting part right here. Whose blood is that? The bullet hole in the car door? Is there a spear sticking out of it? Was it thrown into the car? Is that Carol's blood? The sneak peek here, if you see the glass in between the two tires there, had a rosary in it. There's a male that screams or yells, and there's a loud gunshot, and then it ends. It's pretty quick. The rosary beads were back in there. They ended with Morgan looking out, and he could clearly see where Carol used to sit and smoke her cigarettes, which is terrible to stop smoking, Carol. But, they're looking back, and it kind of shows that Morgan is going to have a little bigger role in this episode or maybe the next two episodes going forward. And he's kind of turned into a bad character. People don't really like him all that, too. It was Team Carol or Team Morgan. So I don't know what he's going to do later on, but he finished that jail cell. I think that's just a great picture. I just wanted to show that. I thought it was great the way they finished it up on there, too. You got a jail cell for the police officer now. That will definitely be used in future episodes. I won't give a spoiler for that, but that'll happen later on. Now, with the jail cell done, what's left for Morgan to do? I don't know. But, with Carol gone, there's no that banter between them. So will we see this on a horse finally, or is it in the finale? We'll see what happens. And one of the last promos we saw was before this episode was Rick and Michonne in bed. It's 5:37 in the morning with a gun and her katana on the wall there. They grab the apple. Now it's a little thing where the apple's from the hilltop, clearly. Michonne says Jesus came through. Rick says they all did, and they're going to keep coming through. I believe that'll be foreshadowing for when the hilltop people in the community fuck over Rick and the survivors. Probably with the Saviors, most likely Gregory will. But and the last part of that was Maggie has the group getting up early to put up watch points and weapons bins. So these are the weapons bins that they were putting out at the last episode. This was in the pantry that they were putting there. really building it up to really protect themselves, and that's what they're walking with the bins to put them up around the new points that they're building. And then you see they're building more watch points right there, so they're getting ready for All Out War possibly later on down the road. Is next season called that? Who knows? From the comics as well. And no nookie for Rick and Michonne. Can't do it in the morning. Got to get you going and not get Maggie mad at them. So the finale, I know next week is not the finale, but I just wanted to put out there, it's 90 minutes long. We finally get to see Negan. It's supposed to be a badass way of introducing Negan in 2 weeks. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And as always, thank you for watching.